Let's say you're getting a divorce and you're smart and you're like, listen, let's not spend so much money on our divorce. I know we may have some differences. Let's go to a mediator. And maybe that was a challenge to get your spouse to go to a mediator, but they go. And I had a case where they went to the mediator, but on that first time they were there, something happened. The other person got activated. Maybe they're talking about money. It's usually money or the kids got activated and just stormed out of the mediation. And next thing you know, they were in a multi-year divorce battle, spending tens of thousands of dollars, time, energy, the whole 9 yards. Welcome to the Getting Divorced Without Losing Your Mind podcast. I am Corey Shapiro. The goal of this podcast is to help you save time, energy, money, emotion. I don't want you to have a divorce war. I don't want you to spend your kids' college education on lawyers. So I do this podcast. I wrote this book to accelerate your learning curve. Okay, I'm going to tell you what to do and what not to do. And today's episode, we're dealing with a 3-part series on just 2 groups of people I see so common that I thought I would name it as the operator, someone who's very reactive, and the architect, someone who likes to build. And I thought we could talk about 3 different scenarios. One scenario, which we're going to focus on today, is the operator versus the architect. Someone's, wants to burn, someone wants to build. That's today. And then we're going to do the next episode, we're going to do when you have 2 operators. Those are people, that's the worst type of divorces. Those things could really just blow up. And then we're going to do 2 types of architects, 2 architects, really trying to co-create their divorce. Why is this important? Why is it important to know this? I think when we're in an operator mode or even an architect mode, it's helpful to label it. So we could probably get out of this operator mode quickly. We're all human. We're all going to do it. But once you see it, maybe it will make you less defensive. Maybe it make it easier for you to influence your spouse and also influence yourself. Sometimes when we're so reactive, it's hard to stop ourselves. And that's what this podcast is about. So you're the architect, you're getting a divorce by an operator. And let me just do a quick review of these definitions so you get it. An operator doesn't care about the budget. They don't care about how much time, how much energy, how much emotion. They don't care about that. What they care about is now. They focus on the short term, now. Sort of reminds me like, when you really want, some dessert, you're not thinking about your diet. You're thinking about the joy, the pleasure of that dessert, right? That's the operator, very reactive. And the architect is someone who's building. Someone who understands how much time, how much money, how much pain, not only for themselves, but for their children, which is actually why I do this podcast, because I was a child of divorce and I want to help you. I want to help you protect not only yourself, your family in this new form, but your children as well. That's why I do this. Okay. So let me give you how this works in real life, because I've been doing this for a while and I see what happens. I'll give you an example to bring this home. Let's say you're getting a divorce and you're smart, you're the architect, and you're like, listen, let's not spend so much money on our divorce. I know we may have some differences. Let's go to a mediator. Let's go to a mediator. And maybe that was a challenge to get your spouse to go to a mediator, but they go. And I had a case where they went to the mediator, but on that first time they were there, something happened. The other person got activated. Maybe they're talking about money. It's usually money or the kids got activated and just stormed out of the mediation. And next thing you know, they were in a multi-year divorce battle, spending tens of thousands of dollars, time, energy, the whole 9 yards. Because one person was in that reactive mode and they actually chose a lawyer which didn't de-escalate, but escalated. Because lawyers make money and we bill by time, and it's not in our incentive, not in our financial incentive. You have to get a certain type of an attorney. It's not in our financial incentives to stop you. Just like if you went to a car dealership, it's not in their incentive to tell you, hey, you shouldn't really lease this car. I know it's cool. I know it's brand new. I know you want it, but it would make more sense maybe to get a much cheaper used car. No one's going to tell you that unless they're a trusted advisor. That's what I'm trying to do here for you. I'm trying to tell you the truth. So that's what happens. So my message is, if you're dealing with an operator and you're an architect, here's what I want you to do. I want you to focus on your self-care. I really do. Because it is difficult dealing with an operator. It is really difficult. And I want you to think about, what are the unmet needs of your spouse when they're going through this operator, mindset. For example, I was just this weekend with my family, and there's a newborn. One of our cousins has a newborn. But I'm not around babies that often. And the baby was so quiet, so lovely for hours. And then all of a sudden, just crying. But no one reacted. A lot of them were already parents. And they were like, okay, it's either she's tired, she's hungry. They're like trying to figure out what's causing this issue. And that's sort of what I want you to do when you're dealing with an operator. All right. So my power line for you is, when you're dealing with an operator and they're blowing up, just like if they left the mediation, just think of, what are their unmet needs? What are their unmet needs that is causing this? Okay. I believe you could do this divorce much easier than you think. Even if you're in a difficult divorce, you don't have to escalate, you can de-escalate. And that's what the whole point of getting divorced without losing your mind is all about. I believe in you. I believe you're going to get through this, even if you don't believe it. This is Corey Shapiro. Thanks for listening.
This podcast offers general information only. It cannot replace legal advice. If you need tailored advice, contact an attorney licensed to practice in your area.